What's going on, everyone? My name is Megan, and today we're going to be looking at videos of the Democrats and their opinion on immigration and, also giving money to these people and taking it away from the American citizens. So we're going to be looking at videos of them, and then we're going to be looking at videos also of, President Trump and more of the Republican Party, obviously backing up that we don't want this and we want to get rid of all of them and we would like to have our money back. So let's go ahead and get started on some of these videos and we will see what they have to say.
I would, in fact, make sure that we immediately surge to the border. All those people are seeking asylum. They deserve to be heard. That's who we are. We're a nation that says if you want to flee and you're fleeing oppression, you should come.
A lot of you have been talking tonight about these government health care plans that you've proposed in one form or another. This is a show of hands question, and hold them up for a moment so people can see. Raise your hand if your government plan would provide coverage for undocumented immigrants. Okay, let me start with you, Mayor Buttigieg. Why?
Chris is asking, I keep seeing social media posts about eliminating welfare for undocumented immigrants. Is that true that someone in America illegally can receive welfare or other government programs? Well, here's the deal, folks. The claim is mostly false. Undocumented immigrants are not eligible for major federal public benefits like Medicaid, Medicare, welfare, Social Security, the Children's Health Insurance Program, disability, food assistance, and health insurance. So we can verify it is false that undocumented immigrants are eligible for welfare.
So you would do anything for like all the illegals and stuff?
I think we have to be fair.
Guys, this is great. I think we found a new home for you guys.
What guys?
There you go.
Yeah. I don't understand what this is all about.
Well, there's all the immigration. They're going to move into your house.
They are not.
What do you mean? You just said you wanted to support everyone, though.
Okay, that I don't.
No, they're
Guys,
not violent. They're not violent. They're good. They're
no, hop it, just like you guys did before.
Thank you very much.
Can they stay for dinner? Wait.
Sorry.
Well, we have your signature. You guys got to drive back down south.
Back to Home Depot.
And I will ban all welfare and federal benefits for illegals. I will restore every Trump border policy and immediately expel all illegals who violate our border. We're going to get them out. We have to.
Julia, thanks so much for joining me. What is the next step here?
Yeah, I mean, look, the White House, as you know, has to review exactly which benefits they're going to cut off. But some of those could include infant assistance. This assistance that goes out to pregnant women and young babies. It includes healthy foods for women who are about to have babies and infant formula. That has always been something that's been protected, but they're looking at whether or not that can cut off. I understand, as I believe you understand as well, that they aren't trying to go after free and reduced lunch programs for undocumented children.
A study was conducted by the Federation for American Immigration Reform, and what it found, as you said, was that illegal immigration is costing taxpayers $150 billion annually. And what we see is that's about a 30% increase from just a few short years ago. I think what's also important is the $150 billion is net cost to taxpayers. They did take in consideration approximately the $32 billion that's paid by illegal aliens in taxes. So the actual gross amount costing U.S. taxpayers is well over $180 billion every single year.
Yeah, Erica, and for many different reasons, among them the fact that this $51 million approved today is only a short-term fix and more money will be needed in just weeks.
We cannot continue to falsely pit communities against one another.
Deep emotional wounds coming to the surface.
As Black people who have been hurt continuously by the city and country it loves, it ain't our responsibility to take care of everybody else.
And anger.
We don't want to have to recall anybody. We don't want to have to protest anybody, but we are not going to be ignored, Brandon. Mayor Johnson.
Many in Chicago's Black community and the city council speaking out against spending $51 million to house migrants.
So many of our issues come back to the border because if you take 30, 40 million illegal aliens, you take Medicare fraud, Social Security fraud. Why are we taking the people's Social Security payments and giving it to illegal aliens? We know that's happening in the United States of America today. We've got to stop it.
Now, let me show you some of what he's talking about. The Congressional Budget Office estimates over the next 10 years, current spending would include tens of billions for Obamacare, Medicaid, tax credits, food stamps. You see it all there. That now will likely end. Now, this is the Federation for American Immigration Reform says taxpayers have been spending already over $180 billion annually. And the Manhattan Institute estimates every new illegal immigrant is costing about $130,000.
So the reason I think this is ridiculous is because they're constantly talking about helping special needs individuals, children, and you know that the Republican Party is not supporting them. I'm gonna call bullshit on that is because I have two autistic sons. I have one that is about to graduate from high school who is more of a moderate functioning level, and I also have one who is high functioning, and he is about 7 years old. Because for the last 4 years, both of my sons who are special needs and have basically the right to be able to have medical care and food stamps if needed and those things, especially because I work and I pay into the system. I never received those things. So why are illegal immigrants getting it for free? Why, all these cars and clothes and nice things they have, that's your money. So all of us that have been struggling for these last 3 or 4 years, some of us that had to put our homes into foreclosure, some of us had to pick and choose what was important out of our groceries and what we needed the most. And the whole time, all these illegal immigrants who had no fucking business being here in the first place were getting everything and anything that they wanted. They brought all these legal immigrants in so that they could flip all the red states blue, so that they could keep pocketing money and that they could keep telling you that everything's wrong with you when in reality it's them. And the people who really did need mental help, as far as all these transgender things that were going on and all this stuff like that, yeah, that's their fucking fault. They were doing it so that they could make money off of the medical procedures that were happening. And also they were trying to build a society that would be susceptible to their behavior. And the last thing about it, they want to talk about taking kids, away from their parents and doing this immigration and splitting them up. Guess what I think? I think that anybody who is illegal that came down here with their children and had brought them into this situation knowing that they had no business doing it the way they were doing, all of their children should be taken away, period. They should never get any of their children back. And they were just hoping that the Democratic Party would annihilate the Republican Party. That didn't happen, and now all their asses are sent back to where they belong. I hope that, it never ever happens again. And like I said, the Democratic Party never ever runs this country ever again. And at this rate, as stupid as they still sound, they're not going to.
While we're on the topic of free healthcare, my opponent has been the champion of free healthcare to illegal immigrants. That was so radical. I think even the governor rejected your proposal, Senator. Senator, would you like 15 seconds?
There's not free healthcare for individuals here that are undocumented.
The interesting thing is that in New York State, however, there are particular instances in which certain immigrants may have a path to move from being undocumented and lacking access to health insurance to actually gaining some form of temporary status and therefore getting access to a form of public health insurance in New York.
I don't care if you think I'm Satan reincarnated.
It's going to be 11 o'clock, okay? It's Saturday. 6 months ago, you couldn't even walk around here. You had to constantly duck people. There were so many. You couldn't even count people before. There were so many. Where did they go?